When country music superstar Jason Aldean stepped onto the stage of the Kelly Clarkson show, fans expected an easygoing conversation, maybe a live performance, and the kind of warm, relatable energy that has made Kelly Clarkson a daytime television favorite. What they didn't expect was tension thick enough to cut with a knife, and a moment that would send social media into overdrive. By the end of the segment, whispers of a heated clash and a sudden walk-off had turned a routine promotional appearance into one of the most talked-about daytime TV moments of the year. Jason Aldean, one of country music's most commercially successful artists, has never been a stranger to controversy. With chart-topping hits, sold-out tours, and a fiercely loyal fanbase, he's built a brand around unapologetic authenticity. Whether fans love him or criticize him, Aldean rarely backs down from his stance. That's part of his appeal, and part of what makes any public confrontation instantly explosive. Kelly Clarkson, on the other hand, has carved out a reputation as a disarming, emotionally intelligent host who balances humor with heartfelt honesty. A Grammy-winning artist herself, she understands the pressures of the music industry. Her show often blends light entertainment with deeper conversations about life, artistry, and sometimes difficult topics. But live television can be unpredictable, and even the most seasoned hosts can find themselves navigating uncomfortable territory. According to audience members and circulating clips, the interview began smoothly. Aldean appeared relaxed, smiling, as Clarkson welcomed him and praised his longevity in country music. They exchanged stories about touring, family life, and the evolution of the industry. Clarkson, known for her spontaneous singing segments, even joked about covering one of his hits. The crowd laughed. The mood felt easy. Then the conversation shifted. Clarkson, never one to avoid real issues, reportedly steered the discussion toward the broader cultural conversations that have surrounded some of Aldean's recent music and public statements. She framed it carefully, asking how he handles backlash and public scrutiny in an era where every lyric and every comment is dissected online. It was, on the surface, a fair question, especially for an artist whose work has sparked debate. Aldean's demeanor subtly changed. He leaned back in his chair, his smile fading into something more guarded. He responded by emphasizing artistic freedom and the importance of standing by one's work. He suggested that critics often misinterpret intent and that social media amplifies outrage beyond proportion. His tone wasn't aggressive, but it was firm. Clarkson pressed gently, asking whether artists have any responsibility to consider how their music might be received in a polarized climate. It was the kind of nuanced question talk shows sometimes explore to generate thoughtful dialogue. But nuance can feel like confrontation when the stakes are personal. Aldean pushed back. He reiterated that music reflects personal experience and that he refuses to create art based on fear of backlash. He noted that country music has always told stories rooted in real-life perspectives, sometimes gritty, sometimes uncomfortable. The studio audience grew quieter. What began as a casual interview was now a serious exchange. At one point, Aldean reportedly stated that he felt certain narratives about him had been unfairly shaped by media headlines rather than facts. Clarkson attempted to clarify that she wasn't attacking him, only trying to understand his viewpoint. Yet the tension was visible. Body language shifted. Clarkson crossed her legs and clasped her hands, listening intently. Aldean's jaw tightened. Then came the moment that ignited headlines. When Clarkson referenced specific criticism that had circulated online, Aldean cut in mid. He expressed frustration with what he described as repeated rehashing of the same controversies. He made it clear that he was tired of defending his character on platforms meant to promote music, rather than litigate public opinion. Clarkson responded calmly, saying the goal was open dialogue, not accusation. But by then, the energy had shifted irreversibly. Aldean removed his microphone. Whether it was planned as a commercial break, reset, or a genuine reaction remains debated. But the optics were dramatic. He stood, offered a brief remark thanking the audience, and walked off the set. The crowd reacted with a mix of gasps and scattered applause. Clarkson remained seated for a moment, visibly surprised, before turning to the audience and transitioning the show forward with professionalism. Within minutes, clips flooded social media. Some viewers accused Clarkson of pushing too hard, arguing that daytime television isn't the place for pointed cultural questioning. Others defended her, praising her willingness to ask meaningful questions, rather than stick to safe promotional fluff. Meanwhile, Aldean's supporters applauded him for standing his ground and refusing to engage in what they perceived as a trap. Asterisk. Hashtags trended. Comment sections exploded. Asterisk. In the age of viral moments, context often evaporates. 30-second clips become the entire story. Supporters and critics dig in. But beneath the noise lies a deeper reality about celebrity interviews in a divided era. Artists are no longer insulated from public discourse. Every appearance carries risk. Every question can become a flashpoint. Asterisk. For Aldean, walking off may reinforce his image as someone unwilling to compromise. For Clarkson, the moment underscores the tightrope hosts walk between authentic conversation and maintaining comfort. Neither party is new to scrutiny. Both have weathered storms before. Asterisk. It's worth noting that heated exchanges on talk shows are not unprecedented. Live formats invite unpredictability. Emotions run high. Guests may feel ambushed even when questions are framed respectfully. Hosts must balance curiosity with sensitivity. Sometimes that balance falters, not because of malice, but because perspectives clash. Asterisk. Insiders later suggested that producers had discussed addressing controversy beforehand, but no one anticipated such a sharp turn. Others claim the walk-off was less dramatic off-camera than it appeared online, pointing out that segments are often edited and reshaped before airing. Without full context, viewers are left piecing together narratives from fragments. Asterisk. Still, the symbolism resonates. Asterisk. A country star walking off a pop icon's daytime show during a tense discussion speaks to broader cultural divides, not just in politics or ideology, but in expectations. Should talk shows prioritize comfort or candor? Should artists expect challenging questions, or only promotional ones? There is no universal answer. Asterisk. In interviews, since Aldean has maintained that he values respectful dialogue, but won't participate in conversations he feels are framed unfairly. Clarkson, meanwhile, has continued hosting with the same blend of humor and sincerity that defines her brand. If anything, the incident may amplify ratings. Controversy, after all, drives curiosity. Asterisk. But beyond ratings and retweets, there's a human element. Asterisk's artists pour themselves into their work. Criticism can feel personal. Hosts juggle pressure from networks, audiences, and cultural climate. When those forces collide, sparks fly. What viewers witnessed wasn't just a clash of opinions, it was two public figures navigating the complicated intersection of art, identity, and accountability in real time. Asterisk. For fans of Aldean, the walk-off may symbolize integrity. For Clarkson's supporters, it may represent journalistic courage. For neutral observers, it's a reminder that live conversation remains one of the few unscripted arenas left in entertainment. Asterisk. As the dust settles, one thing is certain: the moment won't fade quickly. Clips will continue circulating. Commentators will dissect every second. And both Aldean and Clarkson will move forward, careers intact, perhaps even strengthened by the surge of attention. Asterisk. Because in today's media ecosystem, silence rarely trends. Conflict does. Asterisk. And when two strong personalities share a stage, especially under the bright lights of daytime television, even a single question can become the spark that ignites a cultural firestorm.